for you to handle. There are many here who gather together.
Unconditionally,
We pray together.
and the hurt that you feel,
Peace and free, we bring it together. We'll hold you up with grace. You know that
love lives here.
in you and me,
Love lives here.
my soul breaks free. I'm so excited to be united with you. Where
Love lives here.
where
Love lives here. Love lives here.
in you and me,
Love lives here.
my soul breaks free. I'm so excited to be united with you.
Love lives here.
Where love
Love
lives,
lives here.
where
Love lives here.
where love
Love lives here. Miahwen, Neto Reverend Jeffrey Ryan. We here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral lands of the Kauai, Gabrielino Tongva, Kizh, and Luiseño peoples. We commit to live in right relations, to love our neighbors, to seek justice and loving kindness, and to walk humbly upon this land. We recognize our oneness so that we may decolonize our minds and set each other free from the pain of racism and violence, to live better as God intended, in harmony with nature and with one another. Good morning, Riverside. How are you? Woo! There's a few woo. All right, there we go. Thank you, Amber. Appreciate that. Good morning to our beloveds online, too. Good morning, John and Lupe Marie. Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Connie Marie. Great to see all of you joining us here live. Good morning and aloha kakahiaka to the Wilsons there in Hawaii. So good to have you with us, joining us this morning. So, I am Reverend Jeffrey Ryan. This is Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, where? Love lives here. Great, thank you. Sounds good. It feels good, right? Okay, very good. I don't see your mom yet, but I'm sure she'll be with us in a minute. So, okay. All right. So I would like to invite, she was not able to be with us last week, but I would like to invite our new practitioner, one of our three new practitioners, but our new practitioner Shawnee Beeman, RSCP, to please come forward. And I got scoldings from my sister about like moving all over last week, so I'm going to ask you to go ahead and come on up. So, Shawnee, congratulations on completing Practitioner 2 studies, and more importantly, on becoming a licensed spiritual practitioner here with Riverside Center for Spiritual Living and Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide. So, thank you. And then this is a gift from the Practitioner Corps. So there you are. You're very welcome. Congratulations, everybody. Shawnee Beeman, RSCP. It is very, very exciting to have 3 new practitioners, fresh blood for y'all to go get prayer from, right? So it's great to have everybody and to have them join our Practitioner Corps. It is such an honor and a blessing, and it truly is a commitment, as I shared with you all last week, to step into that level of dedication, that calling, and answer that call of spirit to be in service, not only to a community, but really to be in service to the unfoldment of your individual soul and to help to raise the consciousness on the planet. So I thank all of our practitioners, and I thank our new 3 who are all here today. Hi, Amber, and Dinah's back there. She did the meditation this morning, and she's sitting high watch for us there and back as well. So congratulations and good morning to everyone. So How about we welcome folks into the temple? I know the song says, come on in and sit down, but I encourage you to come on in and stand up and dance if you want to. So here we go.
Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate. Just come on in. Come on in and sit down. I saw you peeking through the window. I bet you're wondering just what's going on. So quit your sneaking around. This is where you belong. And open up the doors now. Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate. Just come on in. Come on in and sit down. Now, did you notice all the love around you? And did you hear all the voices raised in song? I hope you get yourself dancing and singing along. So let your body move now. Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate, just come on in. Come on in and sit down. To the beat now. Welcome, welcome, come on in. 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 Welcome, yeah, yeah. Yeah, come on in and sit down. Sit yourself down. Here in the stillness of this quiet hour, sweet words of wisdom fill my ear. Your words like water keep my soul sustained. Let it rain, let it rain. In me, I hold your presence here inside of me. I rest in knowing you are here, brighter than 1,000 stars across the sky. How you shine, how you shine. Peace, light, love in me.
Spiritual practitioners here at the Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. Dinah Williams and I will be available after service for a brief moment of prayer. So please don't leave here this morning with anything on your heart. We love to pray, and we absolutely know that prayer works. Now please join me in consciousness. As we come together in consciousness, I invite you to close your eyes if this is comfortable for you. Moving into the heart space, taking in a deep, intentional breath, breathing in love and breathing out love. Knowing that God is the very air that we breathe. God is everywhere. God is peace and wholeness. God is wisdom and beauty. God is abundance and clarity. God is divine intelligence, and so much more. I know that I'm one with this one power, this one presence, this one life, one love, one creative source. And as I know this truth for me, I know it's true for everyone everywhere. We're one, and there can be no separation in this oneness. Today and every day, let's commit to express our higher self, recognizing the good in all people, as we show up as powerful, beautiful expressions of love and compassion, creativity and joy, kindness, and so much more. Without opposition, let's just live our life in conscious loving, loving your neighbor as you love yourself, with this thread of deep, unconditional love, allowing the light and love to shine as an expression of God. Let's bring this commitment forward in every situation, every interaction. I bless our minister today, Reverend Jeffrey. I know that he's one with love and peace, one with abundance and compassion, and has a powerful message for us today. I bless the inspiring music provided by Jabel and Band. And I bless everyone behind the scenes helping us, audio and sound, the practitioners, everyone entering our doors, and everyone requesting prayer. I know that we're blessed and this service unfolds in perfect divine order, and I just let it be so. And so it is.
I got to let go. Oh, I got to let go. Oh, I got to let go. I wanna fly. Oh, I got to let go. Oh, I got to let go. Oh, I got to let go. If I wanna fly, sing hallelujah, hallelujah, sing 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 hallelujah, oh, I got to let go. Oh, I got to let go. Oh, I got to let go. If I wanna fly, fly. Oh, I got to let go. Oh, I got to let go. Oh, I got to let go. If I wanna fly, sing hallelujah, 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 I got to let go. We got to let go. I got to let go. If you wanna fly, one more time, yes. I got to let go. I got to let go. I got to let go. If we wanna fly, sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah, I got to let go. I got to let go. I got to let go. If you wanna fly, fun.
I don't know about you, but I love it when we can rock out in church, you know? It just kind of feels so good. It's just like, the movement and, spirit just moving through us and through the music. So, thank you to all of you. It's just, music ministry is so important and so powerful. So thank you. Oh, I gotta let go. All right. Sing hallelujah. Yes. All right. So, good morning once again, and good morning to our beloveds joining us online. Hey, good morning, Earl and Denise. They're in Rapid City, South Dakota right now, so I'm guessing that you are probably going to see Geronimo and, the four presidents, right? Mount Rushmore. So, fantastic. I've been to Rapid City. I went there for, I think, my 31st birthday. I took myself there and got to see and got to spend the entire time by myself because it was off season. So it was by myself with the entire mountain. And Got to do the nature trail, the 26-mile drive nature loop, and got to see all the bison and the prairie dogs popping up. That was kind of cute. So Earl and Denise are there enjoying. And your daughter, Connie, says, amen, that was awesome, Mommy. So there you go. So, all right. So we are Centers for Spiritual Living. Here at Centers for Spiritual Living Worldwide, we are working with the theme this year, the 2021 theme this year of Timeless Wisdom, Evolutionary Vision. And this month we are working with the theme of Pulled by Vision. Pulled by the vision. But before we get any further, how about we do our focus statement? Sound good? All right, so what letter are we doing today? What? A? A, okay. So we're going to do this with all the A's. So awesomeness, what else? What? Audaciously, audacious, what? Audacious, attitude. All right, we'll do it with attitude, awesomeness, audaciousness. All right, audacity, whatever. All right, here we go. So we embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Yes. And good morning, Matthew Taylor. Great to see you too. Hey, buddy. All right. So this morning we are working with, this whole month we're working with the theme of Pulled by Vision. So back in March, we talked about visioning. Well, I talk about visioning a lot because that's my life. But at any rate, we talked about visioning, right? Back in March, we talked about the practice, the spiritual practice of visioning, and what is involved in that, and the way we do that. And what visioning is it's an opening up to the highest idea, Spirit's highest idea for our lives, or for our center, or for a project, or whatever it is that we're working with. But we're opening up to Spirit's highest idea. We're setting aside our little manini idea, that's Hawaiian for small, little small ideas, our small self. We set that aside because that small self can be limited. And so we open up to the greater idea, the greater yet to be, the highest idea, Spirit's highest idea of itself as our life, right? That's what the visioning process is. It's a meditative process where we connect and we anchor, we center in oneness, we anchor in love, and then we open and we listen for Spirit to speak, right? Because what we know here at Centers for Spiritual Living, and what we affirm here at Centers for Spiritual Living, is anyone can be a direct revealer of the truth who is in alignment with the indwelling presence. Because what do we know? That the indwelling presence, the highest most God and the innermost God, is one. It's one and the same. So when we open up, we're opening to a higher idea, but that higher idea is actually coming through from within us, right? It's not coming outside us. It's not like, talking to the clouds and saying, hey, cloud, what in wisdom do you have for me? It's a turning within. It's an opening from within that expresses outward. Yes? So with this high idea of visioning, ooh, Lordy. All right, with the high idea of visioning, when we get into this space, the sacred space, we open up and we allow and we receive. And what we know is that when we come into alignment with the vision, when we bring ourselves into alignment by that which we are called to release or that which we are called to embrace, when we come into alignment with the vision, then the vision pulls us to it. Right? The vision is pulling us to it, hence pulled by vision. So the vision is pulling us toward it. We're not trying to make the vision happen. We're not trying to manifest it. We're not trying to manipulate anything. We're not trying to make the vision itself happen. The vision already is. The vision already exists. What's ours to do is to come into alignment with it. And as we come into alignment with it, as we let go of those things, like we were just singing, oh, I gotta let go, right? As we let go of those things that are apparently showing up as obstacles, those false beliefs, those false ideas, those mind tricks, if you will, that we play with ourselves. As we let go of those things, we come into a greater alignment with Spirit, with the highest idea, and then we are pulled forward to it rather than trying to manipulate it and bring it to us. Right? That's a brief, very fast overview of visioning and the way that works. Yes? All right, good. So today, the question then is your commitment greater than your resistance? Ooh, yes, exactly, Bill, right? So I have a question for you, and we'll get back to that question in a moment. So have you ever had this really great idea? Like this super duper, wow, amazing idea. And you think, wow, this could change the world. Or if not the world, it could at least change my life, or it might change, my neighborhood or my center or what have you, that, wow, this idea is really, really good. And then the more you think about that idea, it's like, well, it is a really good idea, but it seems like it's a lot of work, and if I have this idea or we follow through with this idea, then it means, I've got to do this, or I got to do that, or I got to do this other thing. And all of a sudden, we start talking ourselves out of it. We start talking to ourselves, not from principle, but from precedent of like, this is going to be a lot more work than what I thought it was going to be. And am I really up to the task for this work? I don't know about that, right? So we kind of get into a little bit of a resistance of like, we almost shut it down sometimes before it even has a chance to get off the ground, because the idea is so big, the idea is so great, but then we come to realize that, this might mean I have to change, right? This might mean I have to transform, right? That's a little bit more work maybe than what I want to do for this high idea. It means I might have to let go of attachments. Oh, no. Right? It means that something is calling me forward, but I'm going to have to release something, or I'm going to have to become something different, or I'm going to have to change and transform into something new. I don't know about that. So resistance starts coming in, kind of creeping into the high idea. Or maybe you've got this great idea, this high vision that comes and you receive it. It's like, oh, wow, I so want to do that. I so want to participate in that. I so want to be the vehicle, the vessel through which this comes into fruition. I think this is fantastic. And there's laundry, and there's work, and then there's the dishes, yeah. Or, I got to make dinner, or, I got to take the dogs out, or, I have to prepare the lessons for my kids at home because we're still from home, teaching from home, or we're online, or, or, any number of things. And life somehow kind of gets in the way, right? That there's this, it just kind of like intercedes. And so you begin thinking like, you know what? Okay, I can't do it right this minute. I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, I'll do it next week. And next week comes, all right, still not really much time, so I'll do it next month. And becomes next year, becomes, right? So resistance shows up in that way too, where we are not necessarily as committed to the idea as we're resisting it, because we're not really prioritizing the idea, we're not really prioritizing the vision. And so, or prioritizing what we need to do to align ourselves with the vision. And so it just kind of like goes by the wayside too, right? And how does that feel? Okay, it's now been 3 years since I had this idea. It's now been 5 years since I had this idea. I don't know if it'll ever come true now or not, right? Or if it'll ever come into fruition. So this title of "Is your commitment greater than your resistance?" That question, is your commitment greater than your resistance, has been with me since at least 2012, 2013, somewhere in that time frame. And as you know, I'm the chair of the Global Themes team, so in planning this year's themes for Centers for Spiritual Living Worldwide, it was like, oh yeah, this is a question to ask on July 11th, which it happens to be 7-Eleven Slurpee Day, so there you go. But this is a question to ask during all of this. Is your commitment greater than your resistance? You see, about, back in 2012, 2013, I had just completed practitioner training, and I was in my first year of ministerial studies. And it was after service at Center for Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. And I was tired. I was just like worn out. And I was tired after all those years of practitioner studies, of looking at all the things in the shadows and flipping the light of consciousness on it and awakening on it, and like watching all those little things scatter into the corners like, cockroaches do when you flip on a light. It's like, oh, I'm just so tired of this, I'm so exhausted. And I was sharing this with my friend, Reverend Colleen. She wasn't Reverend Colleen at the time, so she was Colleen at the time, but we were standing outside in the courtyard and by the bathrooms, because where else are you going to have a conversation other than outside the bathrooms, right? So we were standing outside the bathrooms in the courtyard. And I was just telling Colleen, I was like, keha, 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 monku, 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 complain, right? And I'm so tired. And she's 5'2", but she has this poise and this stature that makes her seem like she's 8 feet tall. And so she's still looking up at me, and she just asked this question, or rather, Spirit asked the question through her. Is your commitment greater than your resistance? Is your commitment greater than your resistance? Well, obviously, my commitment's greater than my resistance was, but the question stayed with me, because like when I first asked that and Bill went, ooh, right? It's a question. So what I know, what I've come to know, what I've come to understand is the commitment, my commitment to my call, to the call upon my life, my commitment to the high idea of my life, to what was revealed through me, what was revealed as me, is far greater than my resistance to whatever is standing in the way or to whatever is in front of me. And as we've talked about a few weeks ago, that sometimes what's in the way is the way, right? What's in the way presents an opportunity to be curious about something, to say, why is this showing up? What is this here for me? What is the opportunity for growth here in this moment? Why is this here? And so we have the opportunity then to go into what we call spiritual discernment and ask, so is my commitment greater than my resistance? And if it is, then what opportunity is here for me? Because what I know is that the vision, the high idea, love itself will win. It will come through. It will fulfill itself. Now, whether you choose to be the open vessel through which it fulfills itself or not is another question. But the vision, the high idea, when Spirit has this high idea, Spirit is going to find a way to bring it forth into fruition. So why not let it be you? Right? Yes? Okay. I was like, ooh, I'm resisting that. So why not let it be you, right? Because the commitment. So The commitment then is greater than the resistance when we are able to realize and remember and recollect why it is that we're here, what the high idea is, what the high vision is that you may have received back in March or that you've been working with for a lifetime now, what that high idea is, and to remember, to recollect, to go, oh yeah, right. This is my purpose. This is my calling. And my commitment isn't necessarily to the stuff. My commitment is actually to my spiritual growth. My commitment is actually to my transformation. My commitment is to spirit. My commitment then is to myself with a capital S. Yes? So there are other times when we encounter something where it's like, I don't know why I said yes to this. I don't know why I am here. I don't know what was I thinking when I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. Right? And we are like, and because when it comes down to it, it's like, oh no, why am I doing this? What did I say? Why am I doing this? Why am I here? Right? Because sometimes what happens is our commitment then is to a material thing or to another person, and it is something that, may have sounded good at the time, but our commitment is to something on the material plane, which actually is not really mine or yours to do, or which is actually not really in alignment with my highest idea. It just felt like a good thing to do at the time, because maybe I got caught up in the day-to-day life. Maybe I got caught up in, they did me this favor, so I really ought to, do this in return, right? And so we can get caught then. Sorry, I'm moving a lot, Michelle. So I can get caught then in the day-to-day, or I can get caught in this material plane rather than returning and focusing on the larger commitment, the real commitment, the commitment to the transformation, the commitment to spirit, the commitment to self with a capital S. And so I've somehow managed to get off track, and then I realized that I'm not only am I resisting, I'm resenting, right? Like, no. But what this too is an opportunity. It's an opportunity when we're curious about it. It's an opportunity then to go, all right, you know what? I am going to follow through on my commitment, because that's just me, for me, being in integrity. I'm going to follow through with my commitment. But when this opportunity comes around again, or when similar comes around again, I know that I'm not going to say yes the next time. I'm going to say yes to something different. I'm going to say yes to the greater commitment. I'm going to say yes to myself. And so it becomes a sacred no to whatever else, right? So in that sense, so I don't want you to think that, is your commitment greater than your resistance, that your commitment always has to be greater than your resistance. Sometimes your resistance is greater than your commitment, and that is perfectly okay, because that too is information, right? Bill's like taking it all in this morning. It's like, it's landing, huh? Oh yes, okay. Right? So here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, we have this high idea. And Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide, we have this high idea right there in the middle. We envision a world that works for everyone and all of creation, a world that works for all. This is the high idea that we have here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. We have the high idea of emboldening people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. We have the high idea, we have the vision, we see the possibility of what it looks like, of being an example of what it looks like when a Center for Spiritual Living leads a city or leads an area, leads a region, that what it feels like when Spirit leads. We have this high idea. And so we have the opportunity in our daily lives, because the vision, even when we're visioning for the center, even when we're visioning for the world, when we're visioning for Centers for Spiritual Living or whatever we're visioning for, when we're visioning, the ultimate transformation is the personal transformation. It's all about the personal transformation. So we have the opportunity then to look at the high idea for our center and see where we are in resistance within ourselves. Where are we personally in resistance to, a world that works for everyone and all of creation? Where am I experiencing some resistance to that idea? Where am I experiencing some resistance to being a leader in our area? Where am I experiencing some resistance to emboldening people to live their highest potential? And then collectively, where are we as a community resisting that? And then the question becomes, is your commitment greater than your resistance? Is your commitment to the center? Is your commitment to the organization? Is your commitment to yourself and to Spirit greater than your resistance? Because Spirit can only do for us what it can do through us, as Ernest Holmes said. It can only do for me what it can do through me. I have to be the vessel, the vehicle, the channel, the spaciousness, the transparency for the divine. I have to be the avenue of awareness for the divine to move through me into this realm of existence, because that is how it works. It moves through each one of us into this plane of existence. So if I want to be the power and the presence of love on earth, I have to be open and available and not resist the power and the presence of love moving through me and doing that which has been called for me to do. Because it's not me, Jeffrey, and it's not you, any of you, that is doing the work. Who is it? It's the Spirit within that does the work. It's the divine within that does the work. So when we recognize that it's the divine within doing the work, there is infinite energy. There is infinite time. There is infinite space. There is infinite availability through which, as which, it shows up. These hands are not my hands. This body is not my body. These feet, not my feet. This life, not my life. This life, these hands are the hands of God. The body of God. It's the life of the divine expressing. So who's really doing the work? The divine. Spirit. God. So the prayer then becomes, use me. Here I stand, a vessel to be used. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. It goes to the mystical, the you, not the you that's separate, not some you that's way out there, living on a planet somewhere or anything. It's not you out there. It's you that's in here, the divine within. So we say, command my hands, what must they do? And so we step into a greater commitment. We step into that transformation. We step into and allow ourselves to be the vehicle, the vessel through which the presence of love manifests in all of its magnificent, glorious, individual ways. That's what we're about. That's why we're here. That's what we do. So I ask you, my beloveds, is your commitment greater than your resistance? Because the only obstacle, the only resistance, is the ones that we place in front of us. Through our mind, through our thoughts, through our beliefs, through our own limiting ideas. That's the obstacle. So are we ready to let that go? Ready to release it? And say yes to the transmutation, which is transformation, but it's transformation to a higher level. Are we ready to let it go and open ourselves to an even greater possibility, to Spirit's highest idea for our lives? Once again, is your commitment greater than your resistance? Breathe it in. I invite our practitioners to please stand and surround the sanctuary, our core council members to join them in doing so. Michelle, I'm going to come down here a little bit. Ooh, look at all y'all. I love it. Fantastic. All right, so everybody else, look around the room. These are your practitioners and your core council and our ministers, and they continue to lift this community high in love and high in prayer daily. I invite you to avail yourselves of their services, avail yourselves of their prayer, avail yourselves of a practitioner session. So look at these beloved faces. So let's come together in consciousness now. I recognize that right here and right now, there is this one power, this one presence, this presence of love, this presence of life, this presence of peace that passes all understanding, this presence of divine wisdom. It is everywhere present, all-knowing, absolutely all-powerful, because it is the one power, the one presence, the one life, the one love. This one I choose to call God, the divine spirit. It goes by many names, and it doesn't really matter what we call it, because it truly is just the one. It is truly all that there is. And recognizing that this one is all that there is, then all of life, all of creation, therefore must be that one substance. There is only the divine substance, there is only the divine mind, so therefore all of life, the entire universe itself, is the manifest body of the divine, is the manifest body of the one, because there is nothing else for the universe to be. Because there's nothing else in the universe or beyond the universe, there is only the divine. So therefore, I have to be that too. The very who of who I am is the divine made manifest. The very who of who each one is the divine made manifest. All of life, all of creation is divine, is the divine in full, glorious, magnificent expression of itself. And so I am one with the one. I am that I am. I am the presence of love, the presence of life, the presence of peace, the presence of joy, the presence of abundance right here and right now. And as I know that this is true of me, I know that this is true of all of life, of all of creation, of everyone present here this day. I know that this is true of this community, that we are that. There's absolutely nothing else for us to be. Therefore, I know that we are one with one another, that we are each brothers, sisters, and siblings in this one life, with all creation, and with each other. And so I speak my word here and now for this beloved community, Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, recognizing and knowing that our commitment is far greater than our resistance, that we are called by a high idea, we are called by Spirit, we are called by the grand vision that Spirit has, that Spirit is fully expressing, that we are called to that we are pulled to that. And so we let go of, we release any ideas, any false beliefs, any limiting ideas that would appear to hold us back. We let go of any obstacles that appear to be in the way. We allow them to return back into the nothingness from which they came, because they were just a thought, they were just an idea, and they can easily be moved and shifted and allowed to be and rest and return back to the nothingness. For truly they have no power over us. There is just the one power, the one presence. And in the face of that power and that presence, only light shines. And so anything unlike the power and presence of the divine, anything unlike that is dispelled, simply falls away in the realization of this truth. And so we commit here and now to being the vessel, being the transparency for the divine, being the avenue of awareness for the divine mind, for the direct revelation of Spirit, for the direct emanation of Spirit into this realm, into this dimension where we currently reside. We commit to living the high idea. We commit to being in alignment with the high idea itself. We commit to our own transformation. We commit to Spirit. And in so doing, we are fulfilled. And so I give thanks for this realization. I give thanks for this truth. I give thanks for this knowing. I give thanks for the commitment of each one here. And so I release this word now into the law, assured of its fulfillment, because it is already done. And together we affirm, and so it is.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, that God is much more than the earth and the stars are all of creation. God is creation, all in all, needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is love that heals all creation. God is creation, makes all things new. God needs us to shine its light as me and as you. must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Thank you. So that song, Use Me, yes, you can clap for it, yeah. Has been part of the vision for so many years. And many of you know the story of when I first walked through those doors back in October, I think it was October 29th, 2017. And the Voices of Light choir, the children's choir, was singing that day because it was a fifth Sunday. And they were singing Use Me. And I walked through the doors and they were rehearsing. And I walked through and I saw the window with the trees behind me. And that was a vision that I had, that was part of the original vision that I had all the way back in 2009. And walking through and hearing that, and I was like, oh, I'm home. This is what Spirit's been showing me all these years, right? Is this, this, and there was nothing about me trying to look it up online. Let me see what center around the country has a window with trees outside of it that, has a history of visioning that, sings Use Me and understands that it's not separation. And, it was like, I wasn't out there looking to try and make it happen. I was being pulled here. Well, that's what it looks like. That's what it feels like to be pulled by the vision. I'm so glad I said yes. So glad that my commitment was greater than my resistance. Though there are days sometimes, let me tell you, when I have to remind myself, yes, my commitment is greater than my resistance. And sometimes there are days when it takes a little bit longer to get there than, other days. But absolutely. And I'm so grateful for this beloved community to be here. And I want to acknowledge a few more of our folks online. Cheryl, man, good morning. Great to see you joining us. Aloha kakahiaka to Wayne. Hey. Gary Lawrence is joining us, and Patty Clark. Great to see you as well online here. Oh, and Letty. There we go. Mom's here. And she's saying birthday hugs to you. Well, she's still giving you birthday hugs. So, so birthday hugs from his mom, right? All right. So here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, we are moving love forward. We are committed to moving love forward. And one of the ways that we move love forward is through our conscious contributions. So an easy way to do conscious contributions or to contribute consciously is by text to give. So simply go to 951-419-5858. That's 951-419-5858. Tap in the amount you're choosing to contribute and then hit send. It's just like texting a friend. In fact, it is texting a friend. You're texting all of us and everybody seated around you. So that's that simple. Another way that is really easy to contribute is to go online to riversidecsl.org, and in the upper right-hand corner, my left hand, but the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the word contribute, and you can easily contribute there as well. Don't forget, we have the 2 or More Building and Grounds Fund, which helps maintain our beautiful building and grounds. And so that's simply a 2 or more. So you can text that as well, simply by adding the word more to the end of your text, or by doing that online. And of course, for those of you here in the sanctuary, there at the back of the sanctuary, there is a mirrored vessel there that if you would like to contribute, you are welcome to contribute there at the back of the sanctuary on your way out this morning. So what I know is that this community is rich beyond measure. We are so, and it's not just financially rich, okay? Rich has a is a big word, right? So we are rich in love, yes. We are rich in joy, yes. We are rich in peace, yes. We are rich in community, yes. All right, so let's sing about being so rich. Here we go.
So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich. Dripping in joy, dripping in joy, dripping in peace. We have everything we need. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace. We have everything we need. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace. We have everything we need. Dripping in joy, dripping in peace. We have everything we need. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich, so rich we are. So rich.
All right. Do I have anything, Shell? I didn't think so. All right, so let's go ahead and everybody stand up. We have no announcements. Wow, what is that? That's crazy. All right, so I invite everybody to stand up and repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called love.
It is this thing called love.
Love is in my mind.
Love is in my mind.
Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do.
Love is in everything I do.
I am it. I share it. And I receive it. And I move love forward. Because love lives here. Let's sing, everybody. Here we go. Let's sing our...
I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love into the world. Let's dance our joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy. I dance my joy. I dance my joy into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace unto the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace unto the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. I sing my love unto the world. I sing my love. I sing my love. Have a great Sunday, everybody. Love you.
love